Oh, yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another daily Casper and crypto live stream. And as you can tell from the title, and I can imagine you can probably see from the markets right now, we are seeing a lot of blood in the water. We are seeing to what are due to believe to be another crypto bear trap, effectively confirmed. And we've got some sources from the macro side of things, the fundamentals, showing that a lot of the Bitcoin maxis are now shifting to ETFs. Banks are all getting involved in ETFs, and they're the ones causing the price to dump. Ethereum ETFs are also looking quite bearish as well right now. But as it stands right now, I still believe it's just the calm before the storm. I still believe we've got a lot of big upside for crypto and equally for Casper in this cycle. But I wouldn't be too worried just yet. But as always, if you enjoy these streams, doing these streams daily, giving you your daily crypto and Casper fun, then leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. We've still got a lot more coming into this market. If we look at Casper right now, it has now seen a lot of corrective behavior today. Still top 40 on CoinMarketCap, which showcase, considering that it's been around top 48, 49 for the past two or three weeks, has now jumped up to top 40. Does mean that other projects right now are also correcting quite a lot. Started got 65 million 24-hour trading volume, which again is not that high. 2.56 billion on a market cap. We've seen high with Casper, and I believe we'll see much higher in the near future. Again, dominated by the likes of Gate, then closely followed by the likes of MEXC, and then Bybit. All banks falling off quite a lot right now. If you also look at the addresses right now for Casper, we are seeing a lot of addresses leaving, or a lot of people dumping their Casper. We're seeing a lot of this happening right now in the past month and a half. Or a lot past 3 months, past month, and equally in today as well. We've seen a lot of wallets selling Casper. Am I worried? Once more, no, not at all. We are still seeing a lot of the exchanges accumulate more and more, and I think that's because they're holding more and more, which is not the best for Casper as it stands right now, but it does, for me, lead me to believe that we're going to see a lot more upside very, very soon. I've seen this number reach 21% before for Casper, so even then, we're nowhere near the highs that we've been at beforehand. We look at the mining hash rate right now as well. That has taken a significant drop off. That could be the predominant reason why Casper is going through such a massive correction. It's following Bitcoin right now, but as Casper now corrected below 10 cents again, looks like a lot of the miners have left, or we've seen a lot of miners seemingly leave today. Again, I'm still confident that will turn and flip on its head and start coming back again. But as it stands right now, the hash rate has dropped down to 1.24 EH. We're typically used to seeing it around 1.32, 1.4, if not on the high end of 1.5. So seeing it come back down here again is not ideal. But being that as it may, I still think when the price returns, which I think it will do in due time, we will see the hash rate rise with it as well. We've got more FOMO regarding potential Binance listings, of course smart contract developments, and much, much more. So yes, with that being said, we can see Casper right now down 4.67% on the daily time frame, valued now at 9.9 cents. Casper did lose this level of support, or at least seemingly it's losing this level of support here in and around 10 cents, which means we're likely going to see Casper correct back down to this next level of 9.4 cents in and around this zone here. Depending on the correction behavior of Bitcoin right now, it does seem to be making a move back towards 92k. We'll have to see where it goes from here. Potentially we see Bitcoin come out a little bit further down to 90k. We'll be finding out a little bit more. Those who are part of the executive community here will be knowing more from our trader in there about the direction of the market, where we're going to see it going. But as it stands right now, again, for me it's a bear trap. I'm not too worried. Welcome back everyone to the stream though, my man. Smith, welcome back. Andy A, good evening to you too. Greg, what's up, Quick Crypto? If I were Binance, I'd wait for Coinbase Casper Future to go live for a few days or a week, then let them go heavily short, then wreck their shorts by doing a spot Casper listing. Let us hope. I mean, they are competing exchanges, so there's definitely a likelihood of that happening. I'm not discrediting the possibility of it, although I'm not going to, say it's going to happen, right? End of the day, Binance will come when they're ready. But to annoy Coinbase, to say the least, it would definitely be very funny if they did that. It's been a fun roller coaster. The roller coaster's not done yet. We're just going through the current. We're going currently through the lull period. Every roller coaster where it kind of goes that part where it got a little bit quiet, and then you have the massive, the rail that makes it go up to the very, very top, and then it goes massively down. Where all the excitement starts happening. Right now, we're just in this lull moment still. Still got more time to come, I'm sure. Welcome back, Crypto Gosu, Casper Frogman as well. Hope you're doing very well as well. And Brett, everyone here, welcome back in the chat. Stu, Nessie, my man, everyone, good evening and good morning to everyone in the stream. So without further ado, first decent news for Kaspa is we have got seemingly a new listing. This comes from Kaspa here, PSA, new listing on Grove Exchange. Now, as I made a post about this earlier today, is it a tier 1 listing? No. Does that matter? Equally, I would say no. Of course, we want to see Binance, we want to see OKX, we want to see Coinbase, they will be big for Kaspa, but truth of the matter being, no, it doesn't matter, because those who are aware of what Kaspa are building, of the incoming supply shock that will come through with the miners. Of course, we've seen a bit of a pullback from the miners today, but equally, when Kaspa does reach that 90% mined and then some, and the price is due to start rallying where there be more demand in comparison to supply coming out, those who are aware of that know how insane it will be, and also know that these exchanges cannot afford to miss out on this opportunity with Kaspa. They're currently turning a blind eye to it, if you will, majority of the big ones, maybe because they don't deem it's ready for them to list, maybe because they haven't got the capability to do that, maybe they haven't accumulated enough yet. We don't know the real reason behind why they're not listed yet. We do believe that Binance have enough Kaspa and they are integrated already, they're just waiting for the ideal time. But in the day, these exchanges, they will list. But I think right now everyone's so heavily focused on the short-term price action of Kaspa and so heavily focused on no exchange listings that they're failing to unintentionally they're failing to see all the big things coming through to Kaspa this cycle in its entirety. The 10 BPS is only 2 months away now. You've got the smart contracts that are going to be in and around 4 to 6 months, 4 to 6 weeks away now, or months even, sorry. So a lot of the big developments and equally stable coins, we're going to hopefully hear some announcement about that in the next 2 weeks at this crypto event in Europe, maybe a little bit longer again, but there's a lot of very big developments coming up for Kaspa. That's going to be the real drivers of Kaspa's price this cycle, but everyone right now feels too held up on the short-term PA side of things and the fact that we haven't got any tier 1 listings or any Binance or Coin. We've got Kraken, we've got Bybit, we've got BitGate, we haven't got any of the other tier 1s, and everyone's getting a bit hung up on that. And again, I don't think that's a problem. I think they'll come in due time. Welcome back, Crypto, my man, and to you too, Mary. Any hope of Altseason? Yes, I still believe we've got an Altseason on our hands, and I've got loads of sources to support that in this stream as well. So stay tuned, my man, and you'll find out. Now we've got this port. There's a post here from Kaspa's report, quite an extensive thread here, talking about a Binance Spot listing for Kaspa is likely imminent. Now, this is going to be a speculative thread, I imagine. Ultimately, we want to understand that these are our business. They'll list when they deem it's ready. We could do as much in-depth analysis as we could possibly do, but at the end of the day, unless you're the ones actually working for Binance, we do not know. But this thread from Kaspa's report here, shout out to my man, he goes into detail about how on February 13th was when Coinbase announced the futures listing, which usually precedes a spot listing. Not immediately, but maybe a few months after that. Of course, Binance did launch their Kaspa futures over a year ago now, and we're still waiting for that spot listing. And he made a thread about why it's also good and bad, and so on and so forth. But Coinbase futures increased the pressure for Binance to act fast in listing Kaspa off of spot trading. The faster Binance lists Kaspa, the less of a chance Coinbase has to accumulate Kaspa cheaply. This is a classic first mover advantage. This is exactly what you were talking about earlier, Greg, about the fact that you can potentially see Coinbase futures come out, Binance wait for them to start shorting and letting them try to dump Kaspa, and then they list a spot listing to basically liquidate all of Coinbase's trades and basically just screw them over. I think it's a possibility. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Do you have any idea regarding Kaspa listing on Binance? As it stands right now, I know probably as much as everybody else here as well. I do have updates regarding Binance about the fact that we're going to be seeing their mining pool rewards actually seemingly have been confirmed now to be coming out tomorrow. Or, I mean, it's a time zone thing, so I don't know if it's going to be later today or tomorrow. But either way, it looks like they've been confirming to be coming out tomorrow on the 19th or 18th, depending on the time zone you're in, which we do know on the 19th. Today we have seen the FTX distribution, 19th being the day before we're going to see the Coinbase perps coming out. We also do have the post we saw recently from Binance, which people have, of course, Kaspa, of course, speculated this is going to be talking about Binance here. They made a post, Binance US, where they were saying, a big announcement's coming out on the 19th. When I can find it, should have preloaded this one. Just type in Binance US and find it that way. He made another one today as well, coming soon, and this one's also milling a coin. Now, if I'm honest, I would suspect from the post I've been seeing recently, it's probably regarding Coin as opposed to Kaspa. I'm very surprised if it is Kaspa, but either way, you're seeing this from Binance US. But as it stands, we haven't got any confirmation of Binance listing or when it's going to happen. Again, this thread kind of goes into the belief from Kaspa report here that we might see it very, very soon. So we're going to get into that exactly. We're going to get into that in this stream and find out the incentive behind Kaspa report's reasoning for this here. And I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, as Obi-Wan says here, hold on for dear life, strong and buy the dips. You know it, you know it. Hello from Nova Scotia. Welcome, Adam, my man, back to the stream. Kaspa to the moon in due time. I believe so as well. Estimated cost per Kaspa by Q4. It's a good question. I would like to believe, again, Kaspa at its peak of the cycle, which I believe peak cycle could be in Q4. We'll have to wait and see. Could be at least $2, or no, around $2. Again, everyone has their own predictions, but based on the institutional sentiment, that could send crypto higher than expected. My conservative prediction is 6 trillion market cap, which is only right now at a 3.1 trillion market cap. So we see a 2x from here. I think Kaspa can actually, suck quite a lot of liquidity with their smart contracts and 10 BPS and stable coins to reach at least $2. But if you see it go higher, then who knows? Who knows? But anyways, before I get into some more questions here, Kaspa report here obviously talks about the fact that you've got Coinbase futures coming out in 2 days' time on the 20th, and the fact that we may see Binance act fast because these Coinbase futures puts pressure on Binance before Coinbase get involved. Now, Binance had a very, very long time to accumulate Kaspa, over a year, so I'm not sure how fast they exactly will act. But equally around this time, Kaspa report also puts out that around this time of Coinbase announcements on February 13th, something strange started occurring with Bybit's wallet. Now, I have looked through this for Bybit's wallet, and the actuality of what happened with Bybit's wallet is they had obviously multiple hot wallets, if you will, where people sold their crypto, whatever, maybe back to Bybit exchange. So what they just did is they kind of compiled the wallet together into their actual wallet holdings. So when we look at Bybit here, which has now seen 7 million gone today, but this jumped up massively. I think it was like 115 million Kaspa yesterday or something like that. That came, I imagine, from all the other hot wallets. You kind of just combined it all into their main wallet. But that happened in and around Coinbase's perps is quite interesting. But that's obviously what he's talking about here. Bybit undertook massive wallet consolidation in a short period, which is highly unusual. This action was likely taken in preparation for a Binance spot trading. Let's delve into Bybit's actions. Of course, we do know regarding this wallet 4 now, that is speculated to be by Binance's wallet. This wallet seems to be taking transactions from Bybit, Gate, and KuCoin. So it's interesting to see as well. And we can see again, we're seeing some tiny test transactions. And I stated this in my stream yesterday as well. We're seeing it daily now. Whereas you see these test transactions go through periodically, and this wallet obviously accumulates more Kaspa every Monday and Thursday. This wallet, if you go through it and check the transaction history, they're doing minuscule transactions every single day now. On the 18th, which is today, 17th yesterday, did another test transaction on the day they bought more on the 17th again, 16th as well, 15th as well, 14th as well. Like they're doing it every single day now, which for me, what they're seemingly doing it increasingly, maybe they're building up towards something as well. Again, we're welcome to speculate about it. But over several days, we don't know, okay, this wallet 4 does take transactions and have been transacting for off Bybit exchange. Over several days, Bybit began consolidating its wallet using a snowball method, merging progressively larger wallets into its primary wallet address at the rate of about 1 transaction every 3 minutes. And for that, what I just said exactly right now, they basically got all their hot wallets and put it all into their main wallet. Bybit originally dispersed these funds across many wallets, likely for enhanced security and risk management. Of course, now they've changed that idea now. So the idea that he's putting down, that Kas report's putting down here, is potentially Bybit have done this all into one wallet for making it easy for them to track and keep tabs on their wallet in preparation for a Binance launching listing, which would cause likely a lot of FOMO and people to start accumulating Kaspa on the exchanges that already are available, because you can't buy it on Binance until it's actually listed on there. So you'll see people probably buy it on their Bybits and their Krakens and their Mexi, whatever you decide to buy it on, of course, and then hopefully you're putting it into a cold storage, because keeping it on exchange is definitely very risky, and we've been proven that already. So let's talk about a similar occurrence took place in mid-December when Bybit wallet consolidation spike occurred around December 11th, and Binance presumed wallet received the largest deposit from Bybit around the 12th of December, as shown in this transaction here. It's a very, very big deep dive, should be told, from Kaspa report. He does a very good job in this. I do agree with parts of the report, but again, you've got to understand once more, this is, while it's got a lot of deep dive and therefore some facts behind it, the inherent point behind it is still speculation, right? That's what we've got to understand here. Despite all the information behind it, this is still speculation. We have no confirmation that Wallet 4 now, but previously Wallet 5 is Binance. It's likely. We have no confirmation of that though. And the fact that we've just seen known exchanges reaching all-time highs because people are selling their Kaspa and they're accumulating more and more of the exchanges, also because we know Coinbase perps are coming through and we know Bybit's got a lot more. Again, the exchanges tend to also act in unison. So if all these exchanges are deciding to all start scooping up even more Kaspa, it could be because they do speak to each other. They're preparing for something very big coming very soon, potentially a Binance listing. But again, it's just a matter of time for me. It will happen in due time. I'll be linking this information once more in my community. Go check it out there and read through for yourself. But I want to just put the bottom line down that, again, it will come in due time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Binance will come. The belief you could see it very, very soon. I stated we could see it this month. I'm still holding onto the possibility of that due to the sources I've seen, due to the fact that you have Dalton, who works for the Kaspi team, so it's not necessarily. I'm kind of partly taking his word for here. Again, I'm not too hung up on the idea, but I would like to believe it's possible based on all the, information coming out, and with 10 BPS being so close as well. Dalton stated that his very trusted sources stated it will happen in February. The fact that we got the distribution taking place tomorrow, seemingly, officially now from Binance support taking place tomorrow, and with Coinbase perps coming up the next day on the 20th. And with current other factors, the fact that we should be seeing the next step towards 10 BPS completed in around the next week or so. And then equally, early March, we'll be seeing Kaspa in attendance at the Crypto Expo event in Europe, which will have people like Binance in attendance and and other tier 1 exchanges like Crypto.com. I would just like to believe that there are a lot of coincidences and potentially a lot of signs, again, that Binance listed for Kaspa isn't coming. Happens this month, happens this quarter. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, do your own research. Comes down to that, and understand my point again that while these exchange listings are good for Kaspa to help its price rally and could definitely help it out of its current rut, if you will, the reason that I hold Kaspa, whether you hold it for the same reason or not, is up to you. Well, the reason why I hold Kaspa is for this cycle and in the future beyond that, because I'm seeing all the other developments regarding smart contracts, all this stuff here, and regarding stable coins and regarding 10 BPS to be 100 BPS in the future. That's why I hold Kaspa, for what's going to happen in this space, for how it's going to transform this space. That's why I hold it. I don't hold it for these tier 1 listings for the quick pumps. But again, you can do as you will. Being honest, I'm praying for a few more months of these prices. Binance can wait. Accumulating at 8, 9, 10 cents is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm taking full advantage as long as it lasts. And that's the exact same mindset I have as well, Stu. I completely agree. Kaspa being at this price, I never thought I'd see Kaspa at this price ever again. I'll be so for real. And we have it here, and for me, it's a blessing in disguise because I see what Kaspa's building. I'm seeing this current bear trap of Bitcoin did have a massive, it's currently down 1.68%, seemingly making a move towards 92k. Right now, everyone's panicking again. Fears at an all-time high. And for me, I'm not saying I'm confused, but I just think everyone's being relatively emotional in this regard because we're seeing Bitcoin, 17% of all-time highs? It's currently 14% or 15% of all-time highs. It's not that far off. We have seen Bitcoin correct 30-40% from all-time highs in the bear trap stage before making all-time highs. We saw it in the last cycle. If we go back in history, of course, we've got to remember again, these cycles are different, right? So we take it from this exact situation here. You saw Bitcoin correct 30% before making all-time high in March. And then, of course, in the March all-time high, we saw it correct 50% before making all-time high back in November. Go to the cycle before this, go back to 2017. We can see equally, nearing the end of the cycle, this is near the end of the cycle as well, so this is November time, which should be therefore in a few months from now, we saw it correct about 25% or so, 30% before making all-time high in December time. If we go to the beginning of the year, around the time we're at right now, which should be around here, around this time here, we saw it correct about 30%. So we're typically used to seeing in this sort of bear trap phase, Bitcoin correct 30% in value before making a price reversal or relief rally and starting to rise higher and higher. Right now we're down 14-15% in Bitcoin. we could definitely see some more downside. That's what I was trying to highlight as well. We could definitely see some more downside potential. That's definitely possible. But fundamentally speaking, I still think we've got a lot more upside in us as well. The CBBI being one element that I also look at quite not religiously, but quite frequently to help me kind of get an understanding of the current metrics that decide where Bitcoin's going to go at now. It says 77. When it reaches in the 90s, and especially high 90s, that's a sign the market is about to reach a top. We saw it back in again April, May in the first peak of 2021 cycle. It was reaching the 95 or so, and then we saw it come back down in price. This obviously the blue part here being the CBBI confidence, and this obviously the colors here being the actual price of Bitcoin at the time. It could have been a double top here as well, but right now we're seeing it. It's hit 83, 84 its peak. Right now we're at 77. We've got a lot more highs for Bitcoin. This is why I say it's a bear trap. You've got to understand again, this market is different. We are in a market of institutions being here, so it's not exactly the same thing, but there are going to be some similarities. Because at the end of the day, these institutions, they trade with obviously more advanced measures and technology than we can probably get handles, because they have the technology to do so and the money to do so. But at the same time, there'll be similarities as well. So Bitcoin right now down 15% from all-time highs. I see it potentially coming down further. 92k, we might crash below that, and if we do, panic will be at all-time highs. And Kaspa could very well come down further as well. What could save Kaspa would potentially be some tier 1 listings, but at the same time, remember, these exchanges do what is beneficial for them to make money. Is it in Binance's best interest to list a spot Kaspa listing, or even Coinbase or OKX, any exchange, to issue a spot listing for Kaspa when the market's going through a bear trap, going through a massive correction? Probably not. It's probably not. It's in their best interest to do it when the market's looking bullish, or more bullish, and the volume's coming back to Kaspa. So maybe we see a few more, red rivers ahead of us in the next few days and next few weeks, going into TBS coming out, going into maybe again, this is speculative. We have to wait and see. Maybe we see Bitcoin come down to 85k, which should put us down 20%, 22%. I don't know how aggressive this bleeding will be. Some say it will come all the way down to 66k, which I think, again, that is in the range of possibility from the percentage a pullback. At around 75k would be what we'd expect to see. But that's if history just repeats itself. Institutions may not want it to come back down that far, because we are seeing a lot of more ETFs being talked about. The SEC starting to get the task force coming out, issuing more regulatory policies and whatnot. Bitcoin reserves being talked about more and more. So it really does depend right now. The market, I think, is just bored, and institutions right now are trying to bleed you out of your bags. We'll come back to more Kaspa news in a moment, because I want to talk about some macro news right now to kind of further solidify my belief of why I think this is nothing more than just a bear trap, and also explain my belief of where I think Kaspa's going to go in the cycle as well. So we can see here from Simon McLaughlin, Simon McLaughlin, who works as the CEO of Uphold. He said that last year, Bitcoin's ETF approval was a turning point that sparked excitement among major banks and opportunities such as crypto bonds. For me, crypto is more than just another revenue stream. It represents a new paradigm, one that is instant, inclusive, transparent, cross-border and global. Banks and payment providers now have the opportunity to reimagine financial products that truly meet the needs of users like you. This is the common thesis that I'm seeing around this space constantly, not just from crypto side of things, but also institutionals as well. The information that I've looked through, these institutional research papers and stuff I provide to the executives in the community there, all talk about the very same thing. We are going to see a great wealth transfer, and crypto is going to be an integral part of that. KRI puts it here as well. Banks really don't have the tools right now unless they want some centralized nonsense chain. A lot of these FIs, these banks, whether it be JP Morgan, Bank of America, you name it, they are leveraging blockchain technology. They're not building it themselves because they can't. So what they're doing is they're partnering with the likes of Algorand, HBAR, Ondu, Ripple XRP, in due time I imagine Kaspa as well. They're partnering with these other blockchain infrastructure projects so they can leverage the technology to be able to offer it to their clients and customers. In due time, I think Kaspa will be something that I imagine all banks will seek out, because again, it is decentralized and offers another benefit as well there. But right now we're seeing Bitcoin ETFs right now. Again, that was the bullish sentiment of 2024, and that's actually now the current bearish sentiment, if you will, for the first half or first quarter of 2025. From bar chart here, speculators have built the largest Ethereum short position in history. So right now, everyone's trying to short Ethereum. Obviously, alts, therefore, because Ethereum right now is the biggest asset underneath Bitcoin. They pretty much want to decide whether alts are going to pump or not. If Ethereum comes down, then alts will come down with it. Furthermore here, back into Bitcoin again, Bitcoin's on-chain volume is nowhere near the 2021 levels. Yet we are expecting a major bull run. We can see here, 2021, we saw the levels of volume of Bitcoin. And right now we are nowhere near that levels, yet we got an all-time high of 108k. This is what I spoke about in my stream yesterday, where CZ stated, or my stream 2 days ago, CZ stated, my gut feeling is that Bitcoin is now more of a reserve asset and less of a transaction currency due to the high fees and long block time. A lot of the new money is buying ETFs, which does not reflect on-chain transactions. I could be wrong though. And this is what I stated in a response of mine here. I stated about that Bitcoin ETFs are store of value. That's what everyone seems to accept now. And interestingly enough, it was only a month ago when CZ posted, have you ever thought to yourself, I wish I had. I wish I had bought Bitcoin early. Wish I had bought the dip. Wish I had held. Wish I'd learned about crypto early. I wish I ignored the FUD. But when opportunity presents itself again, will you act? Today is earlier than all the days to come. Not financial advice. This is even more prevalent now than it was when he said this last month. When you're seeing a seemingly a bear trap on the horizon, when everyone's trying to short Bitcoin, everyone's trying to sell Bitcoin, all the Bitcoin maxis like Plan B, he's very well known, 2 mil subs, and I'm pretty sure if you follow Kaspa, you know a Plan B. I'm pretty sure everyone should know a Plan B. If you don't, then, well, you can get to know him. He's very well known in this space. He also made a disclosure here saying he just transferred all his Bitcoin to ETFs. I know not your keys, not your coin, but it's just easier for me to manage Bitcoin the same way as equities and bonds. Also, not having to hassle with keys gives me peace of mind, so I'm not a maxi anymore, I guess. The problem is you'll probably see a lot of people who will shift this mindset. Because there's definitely a level of ease to just letting the brokers and, institutions just handle all the nitty-gritty part, and you just kind of just let them do it and just sit there. The problem is, it's not your keys, not your crypto. They could very well just take it. They could. That's the problem. That's why most of us, if not all of us, hopefully have Tangent wallets and one keys and ledgers, where if an exchange decides to freeze your assets because they haven't got enough liquidity to pay you out, or whatever it may be, the site's gone down, you have it safe and it's actually your crypto. This is Plan B here. One of, if not the most notorious Bitcoin maxis out here, besides obviously like Michael Saylor, I guess, who's saying, I'm going to ETFs now. That is quite... That's not even quite, that's extremely... I don't know the right word here. I want to say... I say shocking news, probably. Extremely shocking news to hear this. And that's, again, why... See, this is the same thing that CZ was saying as well. CZ was saying the same thing as well about, he thinks that everyone right now... Bitcoin's becoming a reserve asset. Everyone's going to ETFs pretty much. ETFs now, new money just buying ETFs. They're not actually caring about buying Bitcoin on chain or whatever anymore. So again, this is for me even more prevalent now. CZ is saying, have you ever thought to yourself, I wish I had bought Bitcoin early, bought the dips, held, learned about crypto early, ignored the FUD. Right now, FUDs are all-time highs. Right now, the dips are dipping. Are you holding right now? Are you selling right now? Are you buying the dips? Are you learning about crypto? Not just Kaspa, crypto as a whole. That's why I have my free community here. We're learning more about crypto and Kaspa. I tend to do that every single day. And equally why I have my WAP here as well. We're doing an even further deep dive into institutional sentiment and what they want in this space. Learning a lot more about other crypto projects that will be coming very soon as well. We've got other projects in there I'm going to be talking about. Right now is the time when you've got to be... Right now, when the time the markets are down, it's time to act, not to just let your bags bleed and die away. Time to research more and find out what the next step is. With the executive community, we have a 7-day free trial. Come join for free right now and find out everything I have to offer in there, from executive live streams with experienced traders to buy and sell alerts with swing trading we'll be doing, to hidden gems that I'll be updating very soon as well, and also, as I mentioned, exclusive portfolio insights from institutional documents and what the smart money is doing, which effectively then will, affect our plays as well. The smart money is going to one side of things, you follow the money, you go with it as well. So if you want to know more about that, you come check it out again. Comes up for free right now. The subscription chat also on the homepage right now as well. But for me, I think like CC was, I thought a lot of people right now believed, and I do in a extent believe as well, that CC was kind of talking about Kaspa here. Because he's, in the way he said this post, for me, it's kind of talking about, if the opportunity presents itself again, will you act? Well, hasn't the opportunity already presented itself right now with Kaspa? It's happening again, the second Bitcoin, if you will. And right now we are still early with Kaspa as well. So we're seeing right now, Bitcoin Maxi switching to ETFs as opposed to just holding Bitcoin. We're seeing speculators have built the largest Ethereum short position in history, which is ridiculous. So we'll might see some more downside as well. Bitcoin ETFs being the very bullish and sent Bitcoin to 108k as of last year and into the new year is now what's causing, I believe, Bitcoin to come down, because now all the institutions are the ones that are now shorting Bitcoin, and therefore retail's following in suit, and they're just buying your dips. And the volume on chain right now is really, really low. This will probably come back up higher with more retail getting on board, but think about it now. Most of retail in the last cycle came on board through exchanges and whatnot, and did on-chain activity. Most of retail this time will come through ETFs. It's just seeing Bitcoin Maxi like Plan B going through ETFs. People, again, who are just not wanting to go through the whole, headache, if you will, holding your own keys in your crypto. They just want to go through these ETFs and buy it through them. So you're very likely to see this on-chain activity not reach the levels of 2021. Now, is that a bad thing? You can argue, you can speculate. I don't think it's the best thing, but at the fundamentally speaking as well, I do think we'll still see higher highs for crypto and Bitcoin, as proven from this stuff here, as proven from the institutional documents that I've disclosed to people who are part of the executive community here as well, and equally many other catalysts as well. But it's not just crypto as well. Here we can see from bar chart again, 47.3% of investors are now bearish on the stock market, the most since November 2023. So it's in all financial markets right now in a bearish trap. And again, I say bearish trap because from what I've seen from, again, governments and what Trump's trying to do with crypto regulations right now, we haven't even got phase 2 in full force just yet. We're going to see more capital flow into crypto in this cycle. I still wholeheartedly believe that. For all the countless hours of research that I've conducted, and most of which I've showed to you guys in this community as well, that have no reason to believe right now that crypto's cancelled. No reason at all. That altcoins are cancelled. I have no reason to believe that at all. I think we're just seeing a bear trap right now. We're seeing institutions right now shorting, retail switching to ETFs as well. And this post here from Cyclop, Bitcoin bull run cycles in 2011, 9 months, bear trap was 6 months in, 9 months, 5 months in, 9 months, 6 months in. So every bull cycle we've seen, the duration of 9 months, the bear trap was 6 months in. Right now, we are 6 months in. We are 6 months in right now, so potentially what we're seeing history repeat itself, and we're seeing a bear trap. So we could see some more downside. History has showed us to be about 30% pullback. So maybe we see go to 75k Bitcoin. If that happens, you have to act in your own accordance. Me and my community will start looking to a way to short and make money through that, and then we'll find a way to flip profits very quickly when the market recovers, because the market will recover extremely bullish when it happens. Alex Becker here says, yes, 500,000 new coins were made this month alone, which is insane, but a record low amount of real projects with real value were made as well. Memes sucked out all the extractors and have left the true builders. Altseason will be sudden and vicious, fewer quality than ever. And right now, as I've been doing earlier with Kaspa, and I'm sure we'll be trying to do more so, and again, we'll be doing a lot more in my executive community as well. We'll be trying to find these so-called quality projects that are the ones that will receive a lot of capital in the cycle from institutional adoption and retail alike. Utility will be a driver in this market, because right now we're seeing crypto become the inherent backbone of our monetary system, at least going forward to that. And as a result, therefore, we'll end up seeing a lot more of these institutions who want to utilize crypto, which is effectively all of them. You still have some of them who are still bearish crypto, like Warren Buffett and his old boys. But when you look at BlackRock, you look at Fidelity, you look at 21 Shares, you look at Bank of America, you look at JP Morgan now, who used to be very bearish on Bitcoin, calling it a scam, and now he wants to get involved in crypto. I don't trust either of those people. I don't trust any of them, of course. They all have their own agendas, but if the smart money is wanting to do one thing, you've got to try and follow along with them, unless you're smart money yourself. They're going to utility tokens, ISO 2022 tokens. Assets that actually offer utility in some real use case. That's the altcoins that will probably pump the most. And there'll be other ones that follow with it as well. Regarding to meme tokens right now, we can see here, don't be sad it's over, be happy it happened. Of course, this is Jim and Casper Silver talking about how meme cycles are the meme super cycle. Everyone called it the meme super cycle happening right now. Right now, it's a lot of them are just dead, whether it be Peanut, whether it be Altcoin, all of them are just crashing and burning right now. For me, I'm not surprised, but equally, I believe they will be back. I don't talk about memes very often in my community, on my channel. To the executives, I have a bit more, but I don't talk about it very much. I'll probably talk about it a little bit more in the future, maybe near future. But a lot of these memes right now, during 2024, last few months, the amount of coins that were created was ridiculous. And we're going to see a Solana token unlock very soon, to my knowledge as well, which will probably be causing more correction on Solana as well. Pump Fund Pump Fund been terrible. A lot of these countries right now are releasing their own meme coins as well. That's just sucking liquidity out. So we're seeing the meme market bleed quite drastically as well. That's why in my community I've taken a step back from memes right now, because it is purely PvP. It is, everyone for themselves, free for all. It is terrible in that space right now. Memes are dying, but they'll come back. They'll come back as they always do. You have to find the right ones that you think will come back, ones that have some form of use case in it, and that's what the hidden gems in my executive community have been about as well. Normally based around AI tokens as well. We saw a lot of coins made. We've seen a meme cycle dying, and while those who are, all in on memes are probably not the happiest right now, my personal belief, not financial advice, that these will come back. Not all of them. Some of them will be, done for completely, but the ones that have some, solid standing, the bigger ones, I could argue maybe PopCat. I could argue probably some of the AI meme tokens as well. Maybe Altcoin. They may come back as well. I'll come back to this probably a little bit more in a second as well. But we still got a lot of big announcements to get through in the stream, the macro side of things. Users begin receiving FTX refunded on payment on Kraken Exchange right now, we're seeing right now, which is good. Now, I never really believed this caused a significant pump in the market, and evidently right now crypto's dumping, so it's not caused a very big thing. But we're seeing people are confirming now they're getting the money back from FTX, which is good to see as well. And the number of institutional holders of Bitcoin ETFs has increased by 54.5 times over the last 11 months. Again, once more proof that ETFs are the dominators of the market. So institutions now have an iron grip on the market. They're holding it by the cojones, by the balls. They're holding Bitcoin and therefore the whole market in their fingertips. And we're seeing again Bitcoin maxis, Plan B, and I'm sure many more who are switching to ETFs because it's just easier for them. They just want to do that, which makes it harder in a sense for us. And again, they're the ones controlling the markets. That's why I think we're currently seeing a correction in the market, because again, they're deciding to short Bitcoin and crypto. And of course, crypto is just following suit with it as well right now, where my trading view decides to load. My trading view is so terrible. Always decide to lag when I try to load it up. So right now, Kaspa's down 5.65%. Bitcoin's almost down 2%, and I think we'll see it come under 92k. Maybe we'll see a reversal. We'll have to wait and see. There does seem to be a level of support for Bitcoin as proven already. But again, history has shown us we've seen more downside, potentially 30% pullbacks. And the market is right now seemingly saying that, the market is seemingly showing us right now that there's a bearish sentiment, and Bitcoin maxis and institutions alike, everyone's going into Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs is the dominator right now, and they're the ones selling Bitcoin lower and lower and lower. But at the same time, if you pay attention to their balance sheets as well, I'm sure you'll see while they're selling it lower, they're also buying the bags, buying the dips as well. The main people who are panicking right now are retail. This for me is a bear trap. They may be controlling the market and selling it down, but they'll end up selling it back up as well, because they see the money that's possible in this market. They know how much more time we have in this market. We still haven't got the other major banks in just yet, and they're probably waiting for that catalyst to come through to send crypto higher as well. I'm talking the stablecoin legislation bill, talking the Fit 21 bill, talking more regulatory clarity. When you actually see these institutions properly announce that they're actually incorporating crypto into their technology. I saw a post earlier from the SEC filed against MasterCard. I did a filing against MasterCard, and MasterCard confirmed that 30% of all their transactions are being tokenized. MasterCard's the second largest payment company in the world, by the way, just behind Visa. They are worldwide, and 30% of all the transactions are being tokenized right now. That's going to likely jump up massive to 100% in the future to be. All institutions want to start tokenization. That's what Larry Fink has said himself. He wants everything to be tokenized. Stocks and bonds and real estate and commodities, everything will be tokenized. Everything, debt. America has $35 trillion, 37 now, trillion dollars worth of debt, which is aiming to be tokenized as well. And it can be done through blockchain. That's why these corrective behaviors, that's why when I do my research, I'm not worried. That's why I call it a bear trap. This is a bear trap. We're seeing crypto come down, panics at all-time highs, FUDs at all-time highs. But if you've done your extensive research, if you've been a part of the executive community, people who are here, even on their free trial now, even they're paying, if they're here, they are seeing what these institutions and the plan they have. The plan they have for crypto. And they understand that this is just noise. This is just short-term noise. And right now they're doing their research to find out more. They're doing as CZ stated here. You know, when the opportunity presents itself again, will you act? Whether it be through Kaspa, whether it be through other tokens, right now they're researching more and more, taking their time to look through more and more right now. And I think Kaspa's in a very, very strong position, be it on tier ones when they come through as well, or be it the other big developments like smart contracts as well, we'll get into in a moment. I'm going to answer some questions real quick though. What's up, Stacks, my man? Welcome back to the stream. I hope all went well on your side. I bought XPR a few weeks ago. The owner, Marshall Hayner, is from XLM, and he has partnered with over 70 US credit unions, ISO 20022. That's good for you, my man. I hope it goes well for you, Stack. I obviously know of XPR. I don't hold XRP, so okay, my coin decided to log me out. That's fantastic. Love when that happens. I don't hold any XPR. I don't know too much about it. Hopefully it does well for you. It needs some more exchange listings, I'm sure. Obviously, the owner being from XLM, which is a very prominent ISO 22 token, is reassuring. But it's quite early to call where it'll go from here. I think most ISO 22 tokens will do well. But I could argue that unless it's got something that's really, really innovative, the winners have already been chosen. Which for me, the winners, whether you like it or not, from what I've seen, the winners seem to be the likes of Algorand, HBAR, XRP, XLM, Quant XDC, and maybe a couple others as well. What's up, HG? We are seeing pressure against gold auditing across the West. Bitcoin has scaling issues, and if too much trading occurs with it, then much trading occurs in chain channels, creating the same problems as gold. I mean, yeah, effectively right now we're just seeing, we know Bitcoin's got a scaling issue. We do know that much. And that's the reason why, as CZ stated here, Bitcoin's now being seen more as a store of value rather than anything to trade with. No one's really trading with Bitcoin as much, like people understand that Bitcoin's just got a scalability issue. And the big factor as well is with institutional adoption being here, with real world money coming through, with due to be in due time over 10, if not over 20% of the population starting to get to crypto, if not the whole world, you're going to see infrastructure that can handle worldwide transactions. Right now, everything runs through Swift. And Swift is slow. It has like a 6 to 10% chance of failing transactions, something stupid. And it's expensive. They have to have nostro accounts so they can have money in their backing their balance sheet so they can actually have the transactions go through. Blockchain cuts out the nostro accounts, so it'll free up more liquidity, which is good to see. But also it should be much quicker and also cheaper, but it should also be more efficient. But the problem is a lot of these infrastructure projects at early stage adoption are already crumbling and crashing. Solana is one of them. Ethereum is one of them. XRP Ledger is not as prominent, but they have some issues as well. The only one, to my knowledge so far, and the reason why is also because it's not seen the level of adoption that other projects have seen, but the only one that's not had an issue just yet is Kaspa. Again, Kaspa's adoption level to XRP is like night and day, truth be told. Because XRP's adoption is much higher than Kaspa's. It's the third largest cryptocurrency in this space. It's got a lot more people going on XRP Ledger. I do think Kaspa will still flip XRP in due time, hopefully. I'm not saying the cycle. I'm definitely not saying the cycle, but I think in due time it will start to gain a lot more adoption, and it'll prove that proof of work works and decentralization is the king. But right now, we need these technology and crypto to still scale up to a much more efficient level to be able to handle, worldwide money transactions. ETFs do not show volume on chain unless their entity is buying or selling Bitcoin. ETFs need a one-to-one backing. Precisely, again, that's why you're seeing, I show the funding heat map, which I'll load up real quickly as well. When I show the funding heat map, we see it just completely blue, which is a sign right now that the funding heat map takes into account all the on-chain activity, which is actually something that I remember talking about Bybit as well. Let me get up. The Bybit CEO, Ben Zhao, stated this here. A little while, when we saw that mass liquidation event, we saw Kaspa come down to 7 cents and everything come down heavier. It was talking about the fact that we had this post here. It was talking about this is the belief that we saw in the last 24 hours. We saw $2.16 billion across the crypto market liquidated, which is the largest liquidation event in history since COVID and FTX combined, which is insane. But in actuality, as Ben Zhao from Bybit stated, that is incorrect, because it says on CoinGlass here that Bybit's liquidation was only 333 million, but Ben Zhao himself confirmed actually it was 2 billion. So actually, it was 8 to 10 billion liquidated back then. Point being is a lot of the transactions that take place in crypto, a lot of them. I mean, again, look, it said 2 billion, but it's actually he predicts more 8 to 10. So we're seeing a fifth of transactions on crypto actually going through back ends, not on chain, not for people to see. And ETFs are going to be another factor of that as well. And we're seeing ETFs grow more and more. So the problem is you're going to see a lot more of these kind of shadow pools, if you will. A lot more transactions are not going to be available for the public eye, which is something they're going to have to change, hopefully, because the whole premise of crypto is meant to be transparent as well. And we're seeing ETFs gain more and more traction. So when we're seeing this correction behavior right now, if you look at the funding heat map, we see that right now it's all blue. So we're seeing little to no APR right now. It's cooled off completely. But we're seeing Bitcoin dump right now. We're seeing altcoins bleed right now. So, ETFs do not show volume on chain, you're right, Crypto, and that's part of the worry, and that's why I hope that there's going to be a way to at least see that. You can check it out, of course, but yeah, it's ridiculous. And the point of that being is right now, because people are probably using, people who maybe are, less informed, as you will, or are just using their old methods of how to judge the markets, whatever. We're in a new market. The way to judge this market right now is not the same as it was back in 2021. The CBBI is helpful, and I use this, and the funding heat map is helpful, and I use this, but that's not how I judge the market. Because if I use just this alone, I'd have no idea why crypto's dumping right now. I understand institutional adoption was great in 2024, selling Bitcoin from back here to, down here of 37k all the way up to 108k. But I understand right now that Bitcoin ETFs are also the reason why we're seeing crypto correct right now. Everyone's bearish because right now ETFs are soaking up all the liquidity. And that's causing alts to bleed as well. Right now, Bitcoin dominance again is still nearing high levels. 61%. Until that comes below this trend line, until it goes back down towards 50%, Bitcoin's going to drive the markets. Bitcoin's dumping, crypto dumps with it. Now, still, again, for me, it's just a bear trap. We'll see a lot more coming for crypto. We're in a bear trap. There's a bear sentiment still in a bear trap, but I still think we'll see a lot more coming to crypto in the cycle. Memes will come back. The utility tokens will come back stronger than ever before. The strong, I think most tokens will pump this cycle. The real strong ones, the ones that are going to have adoption and use case, which I think Kaspa will be one of them. And equally, AR will be big as well. Again, all that stuff I'll be talking about probably a little bit more on the channel in the next couple of weeks or so. And I'll be talking about a lot more of my picks, probably on the channel, but definitely to the people who are part of the executive community here as well. So again, if you want to find out a lot more, which we'll be doing, again, we have a weekly live stream taking place on Saturday as well. Every Saturday, if you want to learn a lot more, right in there. As well as also swing trading, we're doing a lot more very recently as well. So hopefully you can still be able to, again, potentially make profit during this current time. Then come check it out again. You come join for free. link in the description, also in the chat, and also on the YouTube homepage here as well. But either way, if that's not for you, even if you want to check it out for free, you don't want to check it out for free, again, you can just join the free community again. So you come to check out the community for free, and if you want to learn more, you can sign up to the trial, and if you like what you see, then by all means come sign up. It's crazy. Naked shorting is illegal. It sounds like they're not preventing it. I mean, no. No matter where you go, there's always going to be illicit things happening right now. Inner circles taking place right now. Like it's corrupt, and all you can do is just try and follow in what they're doing. That's the only thing you can do. What's up, my man? I think all the BS markets are rigged. The only crypto I'd attempt to invest into is Kaspa. That is no BS. XRP, BS Bitcoin, BS XLM, all centralized. Wall Street scammed. Look at the BS paper gold markets. I mean, I agree with you in a sense. Yes, I do think that Kaspa is. I mean, Kaspa right now, on paper is the most decentralized currency. When you look at the amount of people holding Kaspa right now and the top addresses. Bitcoin's is much higher than that. I think Bitcoin's around 25, 26, 27%. So Kaspa's more decentralized than Bitcoin. No pre-allocation, no pre-mining and whatnot. But in saying that, while in that regard, then Kaspa's arguably safer, you've got to understand as well that there's an element of, choosing great infrastructure projects like Kaspa, which are going to be arguably safer, but also understanding that it's the smart money that drives the markets. So while, yes, I am very bullish on Kaspa, and it's my biggest holding by a country mile. It's like 70% of my allocation. I do have hedges in other picks like XRP, like Sui, like C, like Tau, and some other ones as well that I've disclosed to members who are part of the executive community here, which I think are also decent picks that I'm still holding. I'll hold them because I do see that's where smart money seems to be going towards as well. And yeah, I mean, right now, the only one that I've not profited in so far is C. That's the only one right now I'm down on. Everything else right now, I actually am still up on despite the bleeding right now. And I'm inclined to probably take Altseason and just hold some stablecoins for a little bit and then put it back into when the time is right. But my sentiment has still not changed because I still see that that's where smart money looking towards right now. Real utility infrastructure project that can offer something. After 2022 being a big factor as well. Most ETF repayments are going up to Kraken, and do you know what's listed on Kraken? Oh, I wonder what. Maybe it's none other than Kaspa. Although I wish they had a USDT trading pair, not just USD. But yes, Kaspa's on Kraken. Hopefully that could be a sign. If any of the people who are getting paid, their repayments are holding Kaspa, that could be a good thing as well. But anyways, before I get some more questions. So yes, markets right now, bear chap, you know the deal. Looking a little bit worse for wear. We're seeing everything bleeding. I believe it'll come back in due time. I'm still confident in that. And then Kaspa, again, with tier 1 seemingly looming, potentially. Binance very, very imminent following the Coinbase perps that are coming through in 2 days' time. We also do have the big developments continuously happening right now regarding smart contracts. Here is Zelia swaps, and they're trying to build a DEX on top of Igra Labs, who are bringing smart contracts to Kaspa. They posted here at Zelia Swap, transparency is our foundation. We're committed to building trust with our community, and to show that, we will be doxing our team soon. So they'll be releasing their team member sheets, like we saw with Igra Labs. We saw the members of DAG Labs, who used to be a part of them, used to be part of DAG Labs, now work at Igra Labs, which is good to see. So we're now able to see who's behind the project in the long haul, which is good to see. For our project, we'll be supporting V2 liquidity pools, which are perfect for DeFi newcomers, as they're easier to understand and interact with. We want to make sure everyone, no matter their experience, has a smooth entry into the space. After approximately a month, we'll roll out version 3 pools, offering enhanced features and capital efficiency for more advanced traders. So they're actively working behind the scenes right now to refine and improve the decentralized exchange to make it the best possible platform for you, and our journey has just begun. Again, the very early stages, we'll have to wait and see what comes to fruition with Zelia swaps, but right now, things are looking good for them. I'm still holding a bit of reserve for Zelia swaps, purely because I'm paying attention to who's following them right now, and we can see, Captain Sats is following, Christian Ludwig's following. I'm happy Christian Ludwig's following them. I'm happy Captain Phil. I mean, people who are following them, I'm happy they're doing so. Kaspa EVM is also good as well, but I want to see Like, you should look at Casper EVM, for example. They're being followed by Evie and Wolfie, you know, two very prominent members in the Casper and KEF community. You know, head of business development at KEF and Wolfie, the business development and listings for Casper. Whereas Zelia Swaps, they're not followed by the same prominent members. They are early doors again, so I'm not trying to FUD them. But I want to see I want to see. This is one of my, like I've mentioned, my hidden hacks, if you will, of how I know if a project's trustworthy. If they have I mean, you say that some of these projects, you know, won't necessarily have the followers as well. Like, if you look at Nacho, of course, Nacho's got a lot of people who are following them. Nacho's one of the biggest ones. They've got Care, I follow them as well. But some of these other memes, for example, I'd be surprised. Let me look at Conan, for example. Conan here. You know, Conan doesn't have any people following them as well. So it's not you know, a golden bullet, a silver bullet, if you will. Like, it's not surefire that if they're not being followed, they're scam. But it gives me a more sense of clarity if the project that's talking about building on Casper is followed by a couple of members who are very well connected to Casper, whether it be the actual Casper team or the KEF team, Casplex team, KRI, you name it. Saying that, I do like Conan and I do trust Conan, even though I haven't got any followers, but that's because I just choose to trust them. But yeah, again, this is that's Zelia Swaps here talking about it. Building some stuff on Casper very soon, which is good to see. Speaking of which, I did mention this in my stream yesterday as well. Casper EVM again with an update recently where they talked about and announced their roadmap, which I did link in my community yesterday, which is very interesting right now. From the looks of things, they seem to state that if we get the funding partnership very soon, right now they're trying to aim for a funding partnership with KEF. If they can get a funding partnership very, very soon, they're going to start immediately. And from the looks of things, if they can stay on track with their timeline, their roadmap, they can hopefully have smart contracts out on Casper by end of Q2, potentially Q3. But it does depend on how soon they can get their funding partnership. So again, smart contracts are in development, and this is going to be what brings adoption to Casper. This is going to give Casper use case. Smart contracts is what's going to give it a utility, an infrastructure. An actual infrastructure layer will come with smart contract with 10 BPS. That's what institutions and developers and retail are going to care about. Retail will care because institutions care. Institutions will care because developers care. Developers will care because it's going to be decentralized, very quick, very secure, and cheap. Making it, therefore, ideal for them to get on early, to get the early adoption for when everyone starts flooding on board. And, you know, there's a lot more coming to Casper, which is, again, why I remain very bullish. The market, again, while looking worse for wear, while tier ones, the big tier ones, the big boys still, you know, having cold feet, if you will, of Casper, it's these continuous developments that, and the information that I'm constantly researching with the executive, which is why I'm like, yeah, this market is a bear trap. I'm not worried at all. We've got a lot more coming. Casper Shy now. Shy's taken us like a kind of a new approach, if you will, and he's now doing a sort of series where he's like doing live streams on Twitch and or X, where he's going to basically be just kind of reacting and asking questions in these forums to these people, these pretty hard hitting questions that will, you know, hopefully make them flutter a little bit. So if you are a developer, researcher, or just curious, lifelong learner, explore ZK proofs and how I can play a role. So this here is a video with Shy, basically talking about exploring ZK proofs, so smart contracts, and how they can play a role in upcoming development for Casper. It's a long stream, 2 hours, but of course, if you want to put it on the background, have your time watching through it, then I'll leave a link to that again in my community, in the free Discord server here. Go check it out there. But yes, this is a sort of developments that will bring Casper the adoption it needs. And it will bring Casper the adoption that will end up allowing it to compete and surpass these other projects that just don't have the scalability and infrastructure needed to compete. I'm talking Ethereum, I'm talking Solana, I'm talking XRP Ledger. When you have Warp Core coming out after 2022, it will take time. It will take some time of adoption, I imagine. But I think Casper will be able to start competing properly with other projects because of its infrastructure, because of what they're building, because of the technology. Nobody really holds Bitcoin except Satoshi, BS, MicroStrategy, Silk Road, BS, and a bunch of other BS, so-called criminals. Let's put our hard-earned money in that and Farcoin XRP. I mean, again, I'm not telling anybody how to invest. By all means, do your own research, trade your own discretion. I'm just stating that I've got majority of my holdings in Kaspa because I trust Kaspa. It's decentralized, it's fair, not proof of work. What they're building is really innovative, and when it comes to fruition, I'm sure you'll see mass adoption come through to Kaspa, which will bring it more demand, and the price going up higher as well. But I also, the money I've got in my other projects is not enough to make me lose sleep over, but I've hedged my bets in other projects because I do see the adoption going through there from retail and institutions as well, be it SUI, be it C, be it XRP, and so on and so forth. Altcoin is a meme, but it's an AI meme, AI agent, so I think it's a possibility it could do well. But again, memes are a much bigger inherent risk. I think the bigger memes like Turbo, for example, Turbo right now is down horrendous. But as you look at this here, as I'm drawing my chart right now, this is actually an area that I spoke about a while back in my community, which I did highlight as potentially an area that, I mean, this right now is down what? From all-time highs, it's down 77%, almost 80%. This does look to be like a very strong level. So this could arguably be a good time to hold Turbo for the cycle. Again, I'm not intending to get into it. Just based on TA meme side of things, I think Turbo is while the community has their own opinions on Turbo due to certain content creators, I do think Turbo is one that could make a decent rally this cycle, especially from this position. I mean, I wouldn't have got into it back here, no. But if it being down to 0.003 at this quite strong level here, I'm like, yeah, I think Turbo's not a bad hedge right here. Although during this market correction right now, maybe it's worth waiting and seeing. Although again, Bitcoin's already making a recovery a little bit now, back to 95k again. So we're seeing right now a bit more of a bearish trend, I would like to believe, with Bitcoin. It might come down to 92k, but we have to see if it rebounds with that or not. I still think it's a bear trap right now. I still think, I mean, Kaspa, again, this week for Kaspa still going to look quite good. You've got, again, Coinbase futures coming up, potentially Binance. Your FTX redistribution happening right now. Smart contract developments are coming out pretty much every single day right now, which is good to see as well. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more over this weekend, through the weekends and stuff as well. Throughout the rest of this month, we've got 10 days left of February, and I think Q1's going to be still very big for Kaspa going into March, and then of course going to early Q2 April as well. What's up, Beebs? Welcome to my 100, doing very, very well. Can we think Kaspa go out to 8 cents at all? I mean, definitely a possibility right now. Right now, it looks like Kaspa's trying to make a push towards the level of support here around 9.2, 9.3 cents around here, and it could definitely happen. Should we lose that level of support, it'll definitely come back down to 8 cents down here as well. We'll have to wait and see, but I think right now it just depends on the trajectory of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down and bursts below 9.2k, 92k even, then I think Kaspa will fall to there and maybe down to 7 cents as well. Right now we're in a Bitcoin dominated market. Our market's been dominated by institutions and ETFs, where even Bitcoin maxis, like again Plan B, who's going back to Bitcoin ETFs. So yeah, I'm expecting some more pullback, truth be told. Right now we're in a bearish trend, but again, as I highlighted already, that we've seen further corrections in Bitcoin from here. We've seen bigger pullbacks. So from what I've looked into, I still think we've got higher highs incoming. Welcome back, Tony. Hope you're doing very well, my man. Yeah, the liquidation on a custodial ETF is free crypto for providing entity. They accumulate large amounts and they trade with the one-to-one Bitcoin W wrapped Bitcoin ETFs within their platform with no fees. I mean, yeah, it's just crazy because again, we don't see the transactions going on. So we just see Bitcoin going down and up and we're like, oh, but it's not happening on chain because it's all happening in the back ends. So it makes it harder to go through traditional means. You've got to go through the other means. But and the problem is, well, you're seeing ETFs gaining more and more traction as well. We've seen it jump 54.5% over 5 times over the last 11 months. It's insane. And we still haven't got Grayscale. We haven't got JP Morgan, UBS, Wells Fargo, Merrill Lynch, Goldman Sachs, all these other major institutions and wealth managers that haven't even gone to crypto yet. They're waiting for regulatory clarity. So the level of manipulation is definitely not done. You might see some more pullbacks, but I can promise you now, if you look into do a deep depth research into it, you'll be seeing them buying your bags. They're buying the dips. They're probably shorting it to get everyone to get scared, and everyone starts selling with them, and they're just buying the dips. Again, the information that I conducted in these streams showcase more so as well. Welcome back, Crazy World. Hope you're doing very, very well, my man. The dump before the pump, exchanges know what they're doing. Again, completely agree. That's why I stated we could see some more downside for Casper as well. And while there's a belief that Greg put at the beginning that we could see Binance list very soon after Coinbase perps to force Coinbase to short and then list to make them get liquidated, it's definitely not a bad theory. But the problem is as well, it comes down to market sentiment. His exchanges know what they're doing, as you mentioned, and you're completely right. They are a business. They know how to make profit, and it's not like Casper's not some stupid meme. They could afford to list Peanut and let it pump, 20 odd X, whatever it was, and then dump it into listed because it's just going to be a quick bag for them. They don't care. It's a meme coin. But something like Casper that's meant to offer real utility, they have to accumulate themselves. They're not given the tokens to list a project. To accumulate themselves. If they've got to accumulate themselves, they're not going to accumulate it and then lose all their money. It's a different story. You can launch Sui and C and all other projects right now because they got their pre-allocations, whatever it means, their ICOs, their venture capital backing, the VC backing. With that, they're paid to list the projects. So if it goes up or goes down, they don't really care. They got their money. They make extra money. Then fantastic. They make a profit. With Casper, they've got to do it off their own back. So they've got to accumulate themselves. Therefore, it's in their interest to do it when it's going to make them the most profit possible. So Binance will list when the market is green, when the volume's higher, when the event catalysts come out, be it smart contracts, be it 10 BPS, be it stable coins. So if Coinbase perps could be a potential catalyst for Casper and potentially an event catalyst for the exchanges, but if the market is looking in the bearish trend it's in right now, with ETFs dominating it, even the Bitcoin max is going to ETFs, and maybe not. At least not immediately, but these developments will start bringing more attention to Casper. We saw recently Johnny make an announcement about Johnny made an announcement about again potentially more partnerships coming to Casper soon. Here with Eclipse Labs, Johnny said awesome KF, can you recruit some of the talents from Eclipse Lab here? And that's going to be bringing in fraud-proof protocols, which are the backbone of optimistic roll-up security and a crucial milestone on the path of stage 1 layer 2 status. This is stuff that will be crucial for Casper. Casper right now, they're in layer 1, but they're making a layer 1.5. They're basically going to have a combination of 2 and to speak to each other. So it'll be a very crucial part towards building safe smart contracts and stuff on Casper. So the KF might get in contact with them and see what happens here as well. Eclipse has quite a well-known company, Solana. They're quite well-known as well in the crypto sector, so that could be another big thing comes to Casper very, very soon. KF have made a lot of big partnerships recently in the last month or so. DWS Labs happened. You saw Igra Labs building up a Casper just now. You also now got Bits Lab with the audit partnership. Still got a lot more. The KF doing their funding adjustment as well. You can see even more partnerships coming on board as well. What's up, Rule Britannia? Hope you're doing very, very well. Welcome back to the stream, my man. With that being said, we got this post here, probably one of the last things as well, talking about this breaking announcement here about US households are now drowning in massive debt. Credit card debt surged by $45 billion in Q4 to a record of $1.2 trillion. And the credit card debt would have been even higher as rejection rates hit 22%, a 12-year high. The average interest payment was 21.5%. So this is interesting. I think there are bullish sentiments behind it, highlighting that debt's at all-time highs. So therefore, the possibility of borrowing might be. You're gonna see even more, if as debt's rising higher and higher, that might end up forcing the government to do a quantitative easing sooner than expected. But at the same time, this also has some potential negative impacts on crypto because it does also mean that they might reduce the amount of borrowing people can do, as debt's already hitting higher and higher. So high credit card debt and rejection rates suggest that problems with finances right now, and they therefore may lead to a credit crunch, which makes it harder for people and businesses to even borrow money at all, which could be bad for crypto. Again, markets right now, short-term side of things, we talk about it daily, and If you enjoy the streams, of course, leave a like, share your friends for more, you know the deal. But I'll talk about the stuff daily to give everyone a kind of an outlook on what's happening in the market, but my general outlook on crypto and Kaspa and, you know, this market in general is still up. I have no reason to believe crypto's going to die right now. And even unless Bitcoin came back down to, you know, Bitcoin came down to like 65k or so, or 69k, like it's all-time high from last cycle, then maybe I'd be a little bit worried. But right now, Bitcoin's still being at these levels right now. I'm not worried at all. These institutions are going to still try and bleed you out of your bags with ETFs. You'll see more ETFs launched as well. You might see it get a little bit worse before it gets better, but fundamentally what's being booked for Kaspa and crypto, the sentiment with the space about how they want to incorporate into their blockchain, into the back end of their technologies, I still see it going higher. A lot higher very, very soon. Exchange manipulate the price down and buy, and they will manipulate the price up to buy walls to maximize profit. Again, you're completely right. Yeah, they're smart money for a reason. They're called smart money, not because they're actually smart, although they are, but it's because smart money is just a term for saying that they have so much capital they can just do what they want. They have so much money, they control the markets. All you can do is follow along in suit. Do you think a community fund run and fund whale wallet could be a good idea? It's a good question. I don't really know, to be honest, Crazy. I don't. I think it could have potential benefits for Kaspa. I'm going to talk about Kaspa, of course. It would have potential benefits, of course. It give, you know, if it was a community funded whale wallet, depending on the intention of it, it could maybe, you know, be utilized to, you know, give Kaspa some extra capital towards, you know, partnerships and developments and whatnot, and maybe even listings. Now that could be good, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessary. You know, I don't think it's that necessary. I think while it's not a bad idea, I think it'll just happen in due time anyways. I think what's already happening in Kaspa, the KRI and the KF, in of itself is already very good. You already got KDAO, which is on the KRC20, which is kind of the same thing. Right now, KDAO is down massively though, due to all of the just lack of capital right now in KRC20. But when capital starts to rally following the listings, you'll see these projects start to rally with it as well. KDAO's not a meme, it's a project that's kind of meant to help with the funding of Kaspa, KRC20 projects as well, to my knowledge. Used for advertising and development. I mean, yeah, again, I think the idea of it's not bad, especially for the marketing side of things. Actually, I think that would be the biggest use case for it, because Kaspa's marketing, with respect, is quite terrible. And that's probably the biggest reason why it's struggling with adoption. But other than that, I don't think it's that necessary, because what Kaspa's building will end up getting adopted through word of mouth. But it's not a bad idea. I mean, of course, if that's what the community wants to do, then, you know, by all means, we'll make it happen. But I don't think it's necessary. I think Kaspa's going to prove itself just through its technology alone. What we need to see right now is just continue developments, see if Bitcoin can hold its levels. Right now, it's making a nice recovery, so it looks like ETFs are being bought up again by institutions. So we had a sort of a bear trap just now, and I think it still can go lower. We'll have to wait and see. We're seeing Bitcoin being very still right now, waiting for the definitive bearish or bullish trend right now. We're just kind of seeing a lot of region trading right now. Zone trading, if you will. We'll see a definitive move, I'm sure, leading into the next few weeks. So, of course, just keep staying tuned, tuning day to these daily live streams. And if you want to know more in regards to crypto, Kaspa, and everything else as well, come to the community here. And if you want to know even a lot more in that regard as well, regarding other projects that we're looking into through help of institutional research and whatnot, then come check out the executive community here. You come join for free as well, and see what you got to offer in there, because I believe it's very, very good. I've had a lot of positive feedback from it as well, from people inside of there who've learned a lot, especially through the trading element as well. Been very helpful, and we're going to level it up from here as well. But with that being said, thank you everybody once again for watching today's daily Kaspa and crypto FOMO. Bear trap confirmed potentially, but I don't think we're out of the woods just yet. But I still think we've got more upside coming through very, very soon. Whatever happened to the scam project Blockdag? Did they rug yet? I think they did. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. They scanned Vinci Germany. They scanned people in my community as well, or people who are like friends of the community as well. So yeah, I wouldn't touch Blockdag anywhere near I wouldn't go near them. Kaspa's the only block DAG I like. But yes, have a great day, good evening, good night, everybody. If you enjoy, leave a like, share, go for more. If you want to know more, join the crypto community. Check me out on Twitter as well. I'll be posting this stuff on there as well. Have a great day, good evening, and good night. Pumping, not yet. Hopefully in the next few weeks. We'll have to see though. I'm looking towards a end of Q1, maybe early Q2 type pump. I believe you can see a Binance system very, very soon. It'll come in due time. Have a great day, guys. And yeah, see you all.